In this video, we're going to be working on multiple sheets using Excel 2013. We already have a sheet by the name of 2013 Summary. Our objective is to take the sales contained in quarter 1, the sheet called quarter 1, sales in quarter 2, 3, and 4, add those 4 together, and then have the summary sheet display the actual summation. Now, once again, what we want to do is add the sales from quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then show the sales inside of our summary sheet. How you go about doing that is we're going to start off initially on cell B3. So we have our cursor located there. Our objective, once again, is to add the sales from quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. Click on Auto Sum. Initially, what it's showing is that we're going to be summing. We have parentheses with nothing inside of the parentheses. So our next step is to tell Excel what we want to sum. We're going to click on Q1. The Q1 sheet, which is the quarter 1 sales. Then click on cell B3. Once again, it's showing up here now. Auto sum, quarter 1 sheet in cell B3. If we were to hit enter right now, we would just get a summary of the quarter 1 sales. However, we want to get a range, and that range is going to go from quarter 1 all the way up to quarter 4. So how we get that is by holding down the Shift key, left clicking on Q4. What you notice now is that we now have all 4 sheets are now underlined. More importantly, up here in our formula bar, our formula is now showing that we're going to be summing starting at quarter 1, colon, which means a range, all the way up to and including quarter 4 in cell B3. Next, make sure you hit enter. Our number is 400. We need to check that. And once again, by clicking within that cell in B3, our formula is now showing, once again, add starting in quarter 1 all the way up to quarter 4, cell B3. We can now go to our fill handle and copy that pattern across and then down. Let's widen our columns. The easiest way of doing that is by clicking on the global button. And then in between any of the columns, I'm going to take in between columns C and D, I have my cross, and then quickly double left click. Next, I want to show that percentage of the total. Okay, so our grand total right now is 48,000. That will always be in the denominator. So our formula will be equal 2,400 divided by our 48,000. But the key component here is that 48,000 will always be in the denominator. It's a constant, it's an absolute. What we need to do is hit F4. By hitting F4, we now have a $sign E and a $sign 23, which is showing that it's now an absolute. Hit the check mark. And drag down our formula. Let's change the format to percentage. Next, we're going to click on the sheet 2014 projections. And we're going to be using a reference formula to look back on the sheet 2013 summary, then copy over what our sales were for each of the stores, all 20 of them. All reference formulas begin with an equal sign. Click on our sheet 2013 summary. Go to cell E3, which would have our total sales in 2013 for store 1. Hit enter. Let's widen our column. Click on that cell to make sure that we reference the right sheet and cell. And what the formula is telling us is that we're looking at, or this number here, the 2400, is based upon a reference formula that's looking at the sheet 2013 summary in cell E3. Let's copy that down. And next, we're going to project a rate of change for the year 2014. That rate of change is going to be based on the information in cell I2, which is a 10%. Right now it's showing as a 10% rate of change. How that's determined, it's a formula once again, as usual. All formulas, equal sign. Click on the 2400, multiplied by, open parenthesis, 1 plus the quantity 10%, which is in I2. But our formula is always going to be looking up at the information, this 10% rate increase that's in I2. So we need to make that I2 an absolute. Hit F4, close parenthesis, hit enter, and then copy that formula down, or copy that pattern down. To double check our formula, you can see 2400 multiplied by 1 plus the value in I2. Thank you.